Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out DJ DRAGS. DJ DRAGS was one of the first ones to hit me up and let me know that the rumors about Tiny's blue eyes were 100% factual. So for the past few days, Tiny's name has been buzzing all over the internet. Folks were saying that, you know what, she looked really different on the Wendy Williams show. Her eyes look way too blue. They couldn't just be regular contacts. So folks were hinting that she may have gotten, this eye implant surgery where you go overseas because the procedure is illegal here in the States. You have to go overseas to get it done. But they basically changed your eye color from brown to blue by doing this surgery and putting a contact in your eye. So then basically your eye turns a different color. You can get purple, hazel, gray, green. And I've done videos about this before. There was a woman named Lateria a few years ago who almost went blind by the procedure. There's another young man named Jarvis who also had the procedure and he had to get it removed because he was going blind. About 85% of the people ended up going blind or partially blind from this procedure. But what Tiny's saying is that this is a newer procedure. It's not the one from a few years ago. This one has been perfected. She went to a whole nother area and she confirmed on Instagram that she did change her brown eyes from brown to blue. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys Tiny's pictures in her Instagram post right now. Go ahead and check this out. Alright, so you guys just saw her pictures and her posts. So when this hit the internet, everybody named Mama had something to say about Tiny's eyes and what she did to herself. Folks really upset. Folks were saying she's a self-hating coon. She's just jealous of Iggy Azalea. She wants to be a white woman. She's trying to do anything she can to keep T.I. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys these comments and people's opinions of Tiny, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary. Okay, so you guys just read out the comments, the tweets, and what folks had to say about Tiny permanently changing her eyes blue. So a lot of folks are really upset with her. DRAGS and a few folks want to know my opinion on the whole situation. So my thing is this. While this surgery is definitely not for me, I like my brown eyes. I have no plans on turning my eyes blue. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to wear temporary contacts or contacts for Halloween. It's another thing to get this eye implant surgery because for me, the risks far outweigh the rewards. And there's too many people that I've known who I've spoken to on social media over the past few years who have went blind behind this surgery after they saw the video that I made back in 2009 about the procedure. So to me, I just feel like it's way too risky. But what I find funny is that a lot of folks are attacking her. And I'm hearing the word self-hate getting thrown out there. She's a self-hater. She just wants to be white. She's trying to embrace her, you know, because she's mixed. So they're saying she wants to be white like her mom, and she wants to be white like Iggy Azalea, and she's a loser. She has low self-esteem. Now, what I'll say is this. For years, okay, and I rocked with Tiny. Y'all know I'm a big Tiny fan. I rocked with Tiny. I like T.I. I like Shekinah. I've talked to both of them on social media several times. Real down-to-earth ladies. What I'll say is this. I find it funny that folks are saying that she's a self-hater. But if you go onto Tiny's Instagram page, if you go onto any blog that's concerning Tiny, and especially if it's a picture with her and T.I. or something that's a story with T.I. and Tiny, you will always see comments of folks going in on her, calling her Miss Piggy, saying she's ugly, she's unattractive, how did she get T.I.? T.I. is stupid. I mean, just disrespecting this woman. And I feel like after a while, there's only so much you can take. Folks dogged her out so much to the point where this woman done went and got plastic surgery on her face. You know, she doesn't look anything like she used to look back in the day during Escape. She done went and got all this ass implant surgery. You know, she's a little lady. She has really little legs. And then she got a big old ass. And maybe she's doing that to please T.I. But I also feel like she's also doing this to, you know, to kind of shut her haters up. Because first she's too skinny. She looks weird. She's too tiny. Then she went and plumped herself up with the implants, with the breast implants and the butt injections. Now everybody's making fun of her. She looks like a duck. She looks strange. You know, they make fun of her nose. They make fun of her features. We love to pick people apart, piece by piece. Pick them apart. And then when those same people that we done spent our whole lives picking apart and making fun of, when they say it's enough is enough, y'all want to keep making fun of my nose, y'all want to keep disrespecting me, I'm going to go ahead and just change how I look, change my nose, then we get mad. Don Richard is a perfect example from Danity Kane. Folks made fun of her nose. They said her nose was weird. She went and got a nose job. Now folks are mad and saying that she's self-hating. Now you got Tiny, people clown her all the time by her looks and how she looks like a pig and all this and that. So she goes and changes her eyes blue. Now they're making fun of her. Yesterday we had a huge discussion on my fan page. I had posted this meme somebody had sent me. Matter of fact, Shane sent me this meme. He posted on my fan page and I shared it. And you got folks picking apart Blue Ivy, making fun of this girl because her features look more like Jay-Z as opposed to Beyonce. Like I said in my post, folks stay dogging this little girl. They stay calling her nappy-headed, making fun of her. So 15 years from now, when this little girl is about 16, 17, 18, and she decides to start bleaching her skin, putting on a lace front wig, getting a nose job, getting implants, and all that other bullshit, I don't want to hear none of these folks who spent their whole lives clowning this child say anything to her about self-hate. But I have girls knocking me, and I've had no plastic surgery. So I couldn't imagine what Tiny goes through, because I'm just a little person on YouTube. I'm just a little YouTube vlogger. I couldn't imagine a woman who's dating a big superstar like T.I. I couldn't imagine the comments that she gets, the hates that she gets, all the nonsense that she has to go through on her Instagram page. You know what I'm saying? And she's just trying to be herself. She's trying to be a mother. She's trying to be a wife. And folks continuously go about their day tearing this woman down. So I don't blame her for getting her eyes blue. Like I said, it's not my cup of tea, but before we sit here and scream self-hate, before we sit here and go in on her, just like with Densea, before we go off on Densea and scream self-hate for her bleaching her skin, we need to look at ourselves as a community and see why we're so quick to attack people, why we're so quick to diss dark-skinned women, why we're so quick to diss natural hair, why we're so quick to diss, you know, people's noses when they have a prominent nose, why that's a bad thing. But then in the same breath, and as soon as somebody gets plastic surgery, we want to get mad. If a chick is flat-chested, folks will make fun of her. Oh, she ain't got no tits, she ain't got no boobs. Then when she gets breast implants, oh, she's self-hating, she has low self-esteem, she's a loser. I'm starting to think a lot of folks are just mad because they can't do the shit. And that's why they're upset. When folks come at me and try and talk shit about me being skinny and wearing leggings, and I'm too skinny to wear leggings, you're just mad because you can't wear the shit. Because if you could wear the shit, you be wearing the shit. Because the folks who are in shape, who are secure with themselves, they give me props on the shit I wear. They give me props on the shit I do. The ones who are insecure, out of shape, frumpy shape, you know what I'm saying? They're the ones who have the most to say. I'm on Instagram, and I follow about 60 people on Instagram, and I'm always on Instagram complimenting people, giving them props. I don't care your size, your height, none of that. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's about you as an individual. We need to get over tearing people down about their physical characteristics, especially when it's about stuff that they can't help how they were born. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's sad that we're so quick to tear people apart and constantly remind them what's ugly about them. And then when we do it so much and they go and get that change, then we want to get mad at them. You know, I just find the whole situation just crazy. So like I said, while turning my eyes blue is not for me, you'll never see me walking around with no blue contacts unless it's something for Halloween or something like that. You'll never see me just walking around with fake blue eyes or getting, you know, iris implants. That's not my cup of tea. While I don't agree with Tiny doing it, because for me, I feel like the surgery is just way too risky. And I feel like being that she's a mother of 4 children, I feel like her eyesight to me is more valuable than turning her eyes blue. I would hate a year from now, 2 years from now, if she wasn't able to see her beautiful babies. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that concerns me about the surgery, and also the fact that you have a lot of young girls who don't like their brown eyes, or who feel like they want eyes like Rihanna, or they want eyes like Beyonce, or they want eyes like Carrie Hilson. They may run and go get this surgery without realizing that there's a lot of complications, there's a lot of effects, there's a lot of women who have there's a lot of people who've gone blind behind this procedure. So if you're going to do it, you better do your research and make sure you pick the right doctor. But I don't think that Tiny should really be promoting this, because it's not 100% safe, and especially being that it's not FDA approved. They don't do this in the States, and you have to travel overseas. She needs to be really careful about what she's tying her brand to, because if a bunch of girls run out there and go get this procedure done and they end up blind, they end up disfigured, it's gonna make Tiny feel really guilty, and it's gonna make her look really bad, you know, because she's promoting this doctor and she doesn't know what the effects may be a few years from now. So that's my biggest concern about the surgery. I don't agree with it because, one, it's not safe, but I also understand why she would feel the need to go this route, because people pick her apart so much. And that's why I say you have to have tough skin. You can't worry about what people say about you. I get picked apart 24/7. I get drugged all the damn time, but my skin is tough. I just don't give a fuck. I've been through a lot in life. I'm in a happy space. I'm not gonna let nobody mess that up for me, make me feel no type of way. Like I tell folks, if you mad because I'm posting happy shit and I'm telling you how good I feel and, you know, how much fun I'm having, if that's making you feel some type of way, maybe you should hit the unlike button and go be miserable over there in the corner. You know, but I just feel really, really bad that, you know, that she felt that she had to go to this extreme to make herself, you know, feel more pretty or look more pretty. At the end of the day, it's about what you think about yourself. The world is always going to have an opinion of you, regardless if it's good or bad. Folks are always going to think something of you, especially in the negative, because people gear towards negativity, people gear towards drama, you know what I'm saying? So you have to have tough skin. You have to have tough skin in life. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to be your friend. And you have to be able to deal with that and say, you know what? So what? It's no big deal. I know who I am inside. I know the type of person I am. And as long as I'm proud of me and what I'm doing makes me feel good, that's all that matters. So I want my young girls who are on my channel to take that away. You don't have to run and go get breast implants. You don't have to run and turn your eyes blue. You don't have to run and go get these illegal butt injections because some chicks are trying to clown you. Because usually the ones who have the most to say about you is because they're insecure with their own situations. They're insecure with their own features. They're insecure with their own bodies. And they want to take their insecurities out on you. You gotta let that shit go in one ear and not the other. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation concerning Tiny and everything she's done to herself. How do you feel about her getting these blue contacts implanted to her eyes? And then do you feel like we as a society are hypocritical? Because in one breath, people will sit here and call her ugly and drag her and make fun of her. But then the next breath, folks will sit here and say that she's a self-hater and get mad at her for going to go get all these plastic surgeries. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping on my channel.